What is going on, you beautiful people? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, buckle up, buckos, because today we're looking at a matchup of the most broken COs in all of Advanced Wars. Hachi versus Kanbei. Now, you might have noticed I've had this channel for over 4 years, and I have not had a single video looking at a competitive match between either Kanbei or with Hachi. These guys are the best of the best. They are in Tier 0, the broken CO tier. Tier 0 is the COs that are not allowed in normal standard play. You only see them in wonky matchups. You're not going to see it in Global League or any rated game. So, the thing about Tier 0, it's not so cut and dry. Not every broken CO is created equally. Within Tier 0, there are tiers themselves. In my opinion, and I think it's supported by the evidence, at the tippy top, you got Hachi, and you got Kanbei. A little further down below, you got Colin, you got Sensei. And then at the bottom of the Tier 0, you got Grit and Sturm, who honestly could be brought down to Tier 1 once in a while. I should say, all of these rankings are map dependent. If there's a super choky map, maybe Grit can beat Sensei or Colin, who knows? Or if there's a super terrain-heavy map with tons of forests, maybe Sturm can beat the best of the best, but I'm speaking in generalities here, so bear with me. So, talking about Hachi. What makes Hachi so good? First off, these guys have normal stats. 0-0, that's fine. But he gets 10% discount on all of his troops. Just a flat 10%. I mean, that's going to add up. What's not talked about, though, is that since everything is cheaper, he generates charge slower and the opponent generates charge slower because you're doing less monetary damage. So it's going to have less of a charge during the game. So if you say you're facing Hawk, Hawk's going to take a lot longer to charge a CO meter than normally. So keep that in mind when you're facing power-dependent COs. Hachi will slow down those powers. The most broken thing about Hachi, though, it's not his day-to-day, it's not his CO power, it's his super CO power, Merchant Union, which allows him to pump out units from any city on the map that he owns at half price. Half price, any city on the map. So basically, if you have 17 cities, they all become bases for a turn, which basically solves his problems with unit count. Like Sensei pumps out infantry, whatever. Hachi can do the same, but not just infantry, with tanks, with neo-tanks, with, mega tanks even, at a very affordable price. So very broken super CO power. It's only 5 stars too. It's not very hard to accumulate that much. Even with the slowdown accumulation of power, Hachi will get to 5 stars quite quickly. So, very overpowered superpower. Meanwhile, Kanbei is less about the superpowers and more about the day-to-day powers. He has the 20% cost extra for his units, so the opposite of Hachi, a little bit more costly. However, he's got the 30% offensive firepower bonus and the 30% defensive power bonus, which is the biggest thing, is the defense, because defense stacks in Advanced Wars. So, defense is much better than offense in Advanced Wars. If you put something on a city as Kanbei, it's going to be near indestructible. So he has really strong units overall. His super CO power, I mean, we don't even talk about his CO power, it's not that good. Super CO power is also incredibly strong. It's not as strong as his day-to-day power, and it's not as strong as Hachi's, but it makes his units near impenetrable for a turn. If you put them on an HQ, if you put an infantry on an HQ, it is invincible. Because like I said, defensive power stacks. An HQ has 40% defense naturally. You have a Kanbei infantry that goes on there. Okay, so it's already got 30% extra defense. So it's got 40 plus 30% extra defense. Then you top on another 40% defense for his superpower, and you are indestructible. It's just how it goes. Once you reach 100% defense, it doesn't matter if a mega tank's attacking an infantry, you're not going to kill it. So, yeah. That superpower is busted. Not as busted as Hachi's, but it's still one of the most busted superpowers in the entire game. So today, we're going to look at a matchup. Who is the most broken CO here? Is it Hachi or is it Kanbei? I'll answer the questions at the end of the video, but I want to let you guys guess before. Who do you think is the strongest on most maps? On an average map, let's say 20k income per side, who do you think is better? Speaking of 20k income per side, we're looking at the map here called Nomad River Dance. It is a 19k per side map with a weak side and a strong side. So you have a 2 base over here fighting a 1 base, and the comm tower is on the weak side. You have a centralized airport. It could generally go more towards the weak base because it's corralled that way by this pipe seam. But typically it's going to be a 1 base versus 2 base. You don't really have to worry about a base rush, really, because it's not that hard to reinforce from your strong side. What the most contested properties, though, are on the corner where it's harder to reinforce with this extra the other strong side support. These 3 properties here, the Comm Tower, and then these 2 properties. What I typically see play out is the weak side base over here gets these 2 properties early and just has to hold on as to dear life. Maybe put an artillery here or something, trying to keep the Comm Tower in their hands, trying to keep this property in their hands while they lay siege onto the other opponent. HQ is not that, I mean, it's right next to the space over here, so it's not really an HQ rush map. You do have a black boat, which you can accelerate the weak bases, putting in infantry. You can plop one here. You can capture the Comm Tower in 2 turns, really. So this black boat will accelerate your infantry captures on the weak side. I don't recommend going too crazy, like, oh, black boat, capturing the most contested property over here in the middle. No, the strong side's going to beat you back. So don't get too greedy with the black boat. Sometimes people see a black boat and try to capture the farthest away property possible without thinking long-term wise. Will I be able to hold this property for the entirety of the game? Probably not. So my opponent today is NC Ghost. He's an 1100 player in Live League. Definitely above average player, pretty strong. And then there's me. I was like 1400, 1450 at the time in Live League. Maybe 1500, I don't remember. Anyway, pretty dang good. So without further ado, let's begin the game and find out who is the most broken. So in the top, in the orange boys, it's me, Hachi. In the bottom, NC Ghost 12, the Shaman, and Kanbei. So far, it's a standard build over here. You got to capture the most easily accessible properties. Kanbei is almost forced. You need that income or else you're going to have to base skip because his units are so expensive. So no one's really doing any super contested properties. I actually do go for a contested property over here. The thought is I capture this property and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I put an artillery here and lock it down. That was my thought. I just talked about the black boat. Oh, don't go with the most contested property. This is gamble. I'm not going for this one. This one's not really that holdable. I'm going for this one just because of the artillery lock. I said, oh, you know what? Okay, let's do an artillery lock. I think I can do that. So everything's standard. Recon's do like nothing to him, so I'm not even entertaining building Recon versus Kanbei. Doing pretty standard stuff. Except for him, he's not going for this capture. He is just, he's not going for this capture either. He's just going straight for my infantry. I was like, huh? Okay. Interesting. The good thing about Hachi, I'm going to be able to get a tank first, which is very nice. A tank chain first, which is very nice. Go for the airport. I could have gone for the Comm Tower here. Maybe in retrospect I should, because he's starting to charge down over here and you start locking down things. But I do want to spam up copters early. Everything is cheaper, so I really want to get my unit count up. Or Kanbei can't really do that as well. So he attacked me here. Bang! 5-9. Okay, yeah, I did 1 damage back. That's not great. Okay, but it shows the strength of Kanbei. So I have to retreat there. There's no chance in hell I can win that matchup. He's attacking from a plains without a Comm Tower, and he's just massacring my guys. So I'm like, I'm good. So I built a tank on my strong side, if you might have noticed, and Kanbei couldn't afford a little tanky poo. So we got to really utilize that. I'm going to have a tank chain before he has his first tank. So that's pretty nice, right? So I get my infantry over there, pull back, bring a tank down, take a pot shot here. Cannot quite read this property over here if he blocks with an infantry, so probably not going to interrupt that. Instead of doing a chain, I build one on my weak side because I'm wary about him capturing this property. I really don't want to allow him to have that. So he goes to the property over here without any support at all. It's my tank and an infantry, and he's doing this without any support whatsoever. Actually, I cannot reach that regardless, so. I was like, dang, that's bold. But it's Kanbei, and he's going for this property. I got 2 infantry and a tank staring at him. And he's still going for it because he's Kanbei. I'm like, oh, okay. We'll see how it goes. My tank comes in. Going for the captures over here. He's probably going to interrupt my comm over here, so maybe I won't be getting my comm anytime soon. Tank comes in, first strike, boom! 3 damage. Yeah, I'm going to need... If I have just a tank here and attack again, he's going to go down to 3. And then he's going to capture the property. I need more than a tank to interrupt a Kanbei cap. So that ain't easy. So that's why I got 1 infantry here. I got 1 infantry there. I'm like, okay. Getting my artillery that I mentioned over here. Another thing, I have the black boat, which is really nice. I put the artillery here. I should put the black boat here and have a nice little shield. So my artillery can keep firing and firing and firing without having to worry about getting hit. So that was the idea. Build another artillery because I feel like I'm going to need artillery because if he puts tanks on a city, I will be unable to dislodge his tanks with 60% defense. But if I have artillery, I'll be able to smoke them out. I'll be able to siege his units off the cities so they have to retreat. Then I start capturing the cities. So I want to do a little siege. role-playing a little bit. So neither of us has the comm towers. Brings his tank in. I'm a little scared of that, honestly. I wonder if I should even interrupt this property. It's kind of scary. But I'm strongly considering it. Honestly, I don't even know if I can. Tank attacks here. Infantry attacks here. I don't think that's going to get below 2 without a comm tower. Honestly, I don't even know if I can do that. I try, I think. Oh, because I attack with 3. Yeah, so I need 3 attacks in order to kill off a 9 HP-er. I got my artillery over there. Tank. See, I need the other one to kill off here, so thank God I had the extra there. And I have to bunch up over here. 4 infantry. Normally 4 infantry would go in kamikaze right at this little boy over here. But Sensei or Kanbei on a city, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So I have higher income than him, so I'm feeling pretty good, actually. This is very rare for this matchup. Typically, Kanbei will have a huge lead in the beginning, and then Hachi relies on the superpower to come back into the game. So he attacks me there. He doesn't even care. He just, whatever. Tank smacks me over there, 4-9. That hurts. Doesn't even attack me over here, thankfully. Boom. That's definitely going to kill. Within artillery range, but he doesn't care. And he's just got strong units. He's building his own artillery. I'm like, okay. We're slowly getting to Hachi's power spike. That's what I'm waiting for. The big old power spike. Boom, I did 3 damage from an artillery onto an infantry with chip damage, mind you. 3 damage. I don't know why I put this here. I could have put it anywhere, but I put it over to block the comm tower, I suppose. Oh yeah, you can't reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can't reach. So that's not a bad move. Blackbolt blocks. It only has 3 field though, so in 3 turns it will die. I'm not allowing my artillery to be alive. So I'm going for the cap over here. I'm being pretty bold. I don't even think I attack. Like, I can't even attack this. Like, if I attack this right here, I'm going to knock it down to like 8 maybe. It's going to knock me down to like 5. So, yeah. I'd rather just not attack it. I'd rather just siege it out first. I have unit count that is. So let's try to get ahead of him there. I got a copter now too. He won't be able to afford an anti-air and a tank this turn because everything costs more. Boom, he knocks me down to 3. Boom, he breaks through. Hits my little artillery. Attacks my tank. Now I'm worried about the HQ cap, honestly. He's capping this property. I will not be able to stop that. Attacks my tank with an infantry. That's a good trade for him, honestly. It'd be rough, yo. But I just need to survive. I need to get my power spike, guys. I need to get my power spike. Can I get that power spike? I go for the cap there. I'm feeling ambitious. I heal off my artillery. Nice. Do 5. Okay, that's not terrible. I have to attack that, or else I'm screwed. Build another artillery over there to build up. Got to siege this boy out. Not happening. There we go. I can cap. Kill off that. Probably should combine there. I don't know if I did or I think maybe I didn't because then the artillery would get spanked. So actually I can't combine there because the tank would massacre my artillery. But I'm starting to save up a little money. I could have bought a little bit more, but I'm starting to save up some funds. You know, I'm getting halfway there to my superpower. But he captures my property and now I'm definitely behind in income. Spanks my infantry, basically brings them down to 1. I just needed 2. I just needed 2. He doesn't even have his comm tower yet. That's going to be nearer to a kill. Goes for the comm tower. Oh, it's looking rough, yo. Then he goes on this HQ over here. He's so overextended. He's in artillery range, but he doesn't care. That defense is so high, he doesn't even care. You know why? This copter's going to do 2 damage to that. 2 damage, a copter. This is going to do maybe 2 or 3 damage to... Like, it doesn't matter how far extended that tank is. It will be a good trade for him. So things are looking pretty tough. But I'm hanging in there, you know, not doing terribly. Yeah, 2 damage. My copter doesn't even make sense to attack over there, so I'm not. I'm not even attacking with the tank from the base. And now I got to save up some money. So I cap. Don't even bother trying to stop this cap. Just build some infantry because I need to have some money saved up for my superpower. That's my only win condition, really. I need a really good superpower. So he traps my tank over there, or so he thinks. Trying Trying to siege me out with his own tank. Finishes off this with ease outside my artillery range. Can't really do anything about that. Brings a 7. I mean, that literally did so much damage and it only took 2 damage from an artillery. Like, that's just nutty. That's just nutter butter nutty right there. So things are looking pretty tough. But I'm getting close to my superpower. Trying to get my tank out of there, I do. I mean, still going to get smacked by the tank, but it's okay. Getting a little feisty over there. Go for the cap over here, because why not? I just want to be able to get a good superpower, get a good cap. Maybe put my tank, like... I don't know. It's hard to capture even one of these properties, honestly. But I'm trying my darndest. I build infantry again, because I really want a good superpower next turn. But I'm so far behind on unit value. And because I know some cheese is coming, he could sack units, maybe start capturing the HQ soon. I just do a little nibble off of him. Do 2 damage, does 1 damage, which is a favorable trade for him. But I just really need to do some damage. His copter comes in. Captures both comm towers. So now he's got 150% hot firepower and 130% defense. 150, 130 versus 0, 0. Okay. Okay. He attacks him. I don't know what this was about, but he does that. I think he's trying to kill off my tank and then try to capture. That's pretty ambitious. I mean, with 2 comm towers, maybe it was a roll. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems ambitious. But easily, with ease. And then look at this. Boom, 150% firepower. Tank comes in, bang, 9. I do capture this 1 property, so hooray. I capture 1 property back. But I lost, like, all my army here. So I sack my tank over here. Because now I'm using Merchant Union. I got 40k in the bank. All right. Let's see what we can do here. We got 40k, half price. What are we going to do? Attack this artillery. Neo tank. Not bad. A Neo tank. What does it say? Oh, it must be incorrect. But trust me, the Neo tank costs like 10,000 bucks, basically. Build another Neo tank. Build a medium tank. Build a medium tank over here. So now this anti-air cannot reach me. I get a free hit on the tank over there. Artillery getting... I don't want any shenanigans going on here. Able to kill that. Build some infantry. Build some more infantry. I'm looking to capture this property soon. There you go. Or all of a sudden, I'm ahead on unit count. I'm ahead on unit value. I'm behind only 1k. 1k. That's it. Wow. Hachi's back in business, baby. Let's go. Comes in, kills my infantry. He doesn't really have anything for this medium tank, so I'm feeling pretty good. His tanks actually keep fighting in. I'm like, what? I have a Neo tank. You're attacking in here? What? I mean, 7 damage, 0 back. Okay. Okay. He's got the copter. It's a little scary. Go for the cap over here. I have to kill that, or else he's gonna... He's just starting to spam artillery. I'm like, huh. Artillery? Okay. But he ends the turn behind in unit value. So I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see what we can do here. Medium tank comes in. Boom, 7. Let's kill off that infantry and let's start capping the comm tower. Let's get close to capturing it back. Neo tank comes in. Boonga. It's crazy. Some of these things they don't kill. Neo tank, though. My Neo tank hungers. Boom. 6 damage. Boom. What's it going to do? It's like 4 damage? Oh, yeah, okay. We're getting closer to our superpower again. We're not doing too terrible. I'm not doing too terrible. But he's going to have the superpower, and I'm a little worried about it. He uses Samurai Spirit. I'm like, okay. This is gonna be a doozy. Uh-oh. What? You kidding me, right? Traps my medium tank. That's not good. He could have attacked me, honestly, but he didn't even need to. Okay, that's invincible. Remember I said mountains and HQ are invincible during con-based superpower. Okay. Attacks my Neo tank. Owie. 3 damage. I do 0 back. That does quite a chunk change. I'm like, okay, but I got my medium tank. I got my Neo tank. We're going to be okay here. Boom. 9 damage, 0 return. This tank attacks me from a city. Does 4 damage to my Neo tank. Okay. I don't really have any money, so I'm not gonna be able to get my superpower. So I just, what do you do here? I gave up. There is no chance. He's gonna kill my medium tank over here. He's gonna capture this property. There's no way I can stop that. So these are falling. This comp tower is never going back under my control. Never. This comp tower, we can't even think about it. So the rest of the game, he's gonna have both comp towers. He's gonna have an income advantage. I'm gonna have to save up even longer for. I saved up for 40k. Like I saved up for 2-3 turns, and then my army got shellacked anyway. He's gonna end the turn with more unit value than me, regardless, unit count and income. He's gonna be ahead on every single thing. Yeah. So I hope you guys have taken home the point. But among tier 1 COs or tier 0 COs, Kanbei is by far the best CO in standard play. If you're talking high funds with higher income, when you have like 30,000 plus per side, okay, Hachi starts to become better. Colin starts to become better. 40,000, 50,000, Hachi and Colin run away with it. Colin especially gets super overpowered the more money you have. But when you're talking like 25k and less, 30k and less, it's not even close. Kanbei wins 9.9 times out of 10. He's better than every other CO, except in very limited circumstances like mixed base. I had a game versus Rock Golem, Kanbei versus Sensei, and Sensei held his own. Very limited instances, but Kanbei is by far the most broken tier 0 CO in all of Advance Wars. He is so overpowered. These free units didn't matter. Didn't matter. He's just building artillery. These haven't even done anything. He doesn't even need these. Delete these. He will still win the side over here. That's how busted it is. This is beating a Neo tank. This medium tank cannot attack into that. It's insane how busted Kanbei is. And I knew this going into the match. Actually, I kind of wanted this matchup because I knew it was going to be a Kanbei mirror because Kanbei's the best. If you play to win, you pick Kanbei here. But I wanted to see how Hachi could do. And honestly, I think I played it about as good as you possibly can. Like, I had equal income for the longest time. I saved up 40,000 income without dying. I thought I played as best as you possibly could. So imagine not playing the best and you're just getting smacked in like 10 days instead of 14. Like, the longest I could hold out was 14 days. I mean, I could have kept going a few more days, but the game is over. Like, Kanbei is the best. That is why you don't see him very often, because it's not a very close game. Only time Kanbei is weakened is in higher income maps where you can start building mega tanks. Imagine there's 40k per side. I can build mega tank. Kanbei can't afford. How can he counter those mega tanks? There's too many of them. The bombers. How can you counter those? You can build so much more from these extra bases and cities, or these city bases during a superpower, that any of the Kanbei bonuses don't matter when you have 20 mega tanks versus 3 super strong mega tanks. The 20 mega tanks are going to win. But lower income, didn't stand a chance. Honestly, I don't even think he had to play that well. Like, I think he played pretty recklessly. Like, he didn't need to do this. Like, I thought it was a little wonky, and then a few other play, like sacking this infantry there for no reason. Like, you don't have to play particularly perfect. Kanbei's just better. So I don't know how often I'm going to be showing Kanbei games on my channel. As you can see, it's been 4.5 years and I have not shown one until now. Now you know why. He's busted beyond all recognition. But now you know. If you had any thoughts before, who is the most broken CO? Now you know. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, in certain conditions, and most conditions, Kanbei is the best. Anyway, hope you learned something. Hope you guys were entertained. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.